was the whole video.
That was it.
No, Laura absolutely outpokes Chun. Like stand short or stand strong literally beats every button Chun-Li has. A lot of Laura's normal outpoke, like counter pokes, don't work, but her other counter pokes like destroy. Like I can actually link you a video of me playing against Bootsy where I like fucking I had a bunch of counter pokes that shut down his buttons. Like stand strong beats stand fierce from Chun-Li. Stand short beats low forward. Uh, any counter poke you hit, you can empty cancel into buttons. Like you can empty cancel into a light elbow or an EX elbow. Or like stand strong, you can empty cancel into a strong elbow and get a knockdown. And there's like no risk to doing those empty cancels, and Chun-Li has a really hard time stopping you from doing them. Your rewards are higher than Chun-Li's in that matchup. You don't have to be in range. Like stand short. The thing about stand short is that stand short moves your hurt box back, your low hurt box. So if you do stand short, even if you're in range for Chun-Li's low forward, stand short moves her out of the range and then counter pokes the low forward, and it comes out faster, and it has almost no risk to hit. Chun-Li can't whiff punish fucking stand short unless she just gets lucky with a poke. Like fucking no, not even then, because her poke would be low forward. It's like fully safe, and fucking it works really reliably against her buttons. But like, what's keep out? She can't keep you out beyond a certain range except with fireballs. And fucking, if you can punish a fireball in reaction with an EX elbow, then that sucks. Like, I think that matchup would be certainly even. Certainly even if you can punish EX fireballs in reaction with EX elbow. I mean, regular fireballs in reaction with EX elbow. Sand short's really good because it's like it has the least pushback of all her normals. So if you do a stand short, like you're still in range for like a command grab, for example. Whereas if you do one stand jab, you can potentially push the opponent out of range. You don't need to move in. You can just do the command grab motion where you move in, but like not needing to move in at all is stronger because it lets you do a command grab sooner. And it's like plus, I think, 1 or plus 2. So into her fucking, if it's plus 2, then into her 6-frame command grab. No, it's plus 4. Oh, it's plus 4 and hit. I don't remember what it is on block. But if it's plus 2 on block, which I think it is, then into command grab will actually beat even like anything but a 3-frame normal. Her frame traps are different against Chun-Li because Chun-Li has a 3-frame jab. But if you do stand jab into low strong, that's a frame trap against 3-frame normals. Laura versus Mika is okay. It's like just random. It's not that bad. You can use stand fierce to reaction punish any elbow. I mean any drop kick. You can zone Mika pretty easily. She can't easily get knockdowns against you. Um, it's not that bad. It's like fair. If anything, like I think Laura wins a smidge. It is very momentum based. Either character that starts getting momentum is doing better to win. But Mika has no wake up against throws. Laura, no character in the game has anything to get Mika off them. Except like fucking Ryu DP, Ken DP. Fucking most characters are no better against Mika than Laura is. Like what makes Laura particularly bad in that matchup compared to say Nash? Laura doesn't have that much trouble keeping Mika out. Like there are a lot of characters that don't have DPs. But like
You don't.
Laura's better at keeping Mika out than Mika is at keeping Laura out. So like do you think Mika beats all but 4 characters in the game? Or do you just think I think Mika's kind of weak. I think Mika versus Laura is fair, and I think Mika loses to characters who have reversals. I think she's balanced against characters who don't. It's really not that hard to zone Mika, as long as you're fucking reaction anti-airing and reaction punishing drop kicks, which isn't that hard. Like you can just do stand forward into backdash so much. Stand forward cancel to reverse V skill. There's like no downside. Stand fucking hard kick. No downside. That's because I think Mika's like that, but I think Laura's like that too. I think those two characters make insane comebacks. Do I think Gal beats Mika? It's too early to say. I played that matchup though, believe it or not. I actually have played it. Um, Uh, I don't think so. Maybe. I think he might. Yeah, I think he probably does, actually. I'm going to take that back. At the highest level of play. I was doing a lot of... I wasn't really punishing drop kicks in that matchup. In that matchup, Mika's very motivated to do drop kicks because they go through fireballs. I haven't played Grappler at all. I can't give you a solid opinion on that matchup. I've never played it. I think that it probably will be bad for Laura, but I haven't played it. I would consider that most likely a bad matchup. Gal has normals that compete with Laura's normals at the ranges where Laura's normals are effective. He has an EX fireball or a fucking strong fireball in general. That's hard to punish with EX elbow, I bet. And then he has a reversal to make you second guess your pressure. So that's a lot of pretty strong tools. He has an F3 from normal though, which is nice. Laura has a fucking as good a mix-up as Mika does. Like, Laura gets less damage off her mix-up than Mika does in the corner. They get about the same damage mid-screen. But Laura's is like no less effective. And fucking Laura actually has fucking safe normals to spam. I mean safe specials. That fucking are true mix-ups on hit. That's kind of a big deal. Mika wishes you had that. And the fireball helps a smidge. The fireball is actually really scary because Laura can do, like, a lot of people just get into like I don't know what gimmicks you were talking about. Like fucking Laura gets shut down by once people understand her. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm guessing that you're talking about light normals to beat like cancels into command dash. But Laura can punish people doing light normals to punish command dash just by doing cancels into fireball and delaying the fireball a bit, and that creates a 50-50 every single time she does it. Like if a fireball hits an opponent point blank, it's they take damage and then they have to like Laura's in their face and has either a command grab coming or a fucking block string coming, and the block string is safe and fucking can hit confirm on counter hit or on V-trigger or whatever, or is just can be cancelled into a safe special move. And the command grab means that occasionally they have to backdash or jump, which of course is insanely risky. And she can just loop it if she wants to. She can just do a cancelled to another firewall. Just when the opponent's, like, even when the opponent is not trying to, what does that mean? Are you, like, baiting a bunch of people into, like, getting counter hit? What are people, like, doing reversal supers on block light elbow? That's, like, the only thing I can think that you're talking about, because that's, like, the only thing Laura has that's fucking safe. It's not, I mean, EX fireball, too. That people would think it was unsafe. But, like, people have to push buttons against Laura because fucking command grab could happen at any time. Her mix-up is so strong. If people are even when people don't try to punish light elbow, I can absolutely tell you that light elbow is still strong as fuck. Because when people don't try and punish it, that just opens them up to command grabs. Medium punch is good even if people are dedicated to not pushing buttons. But even if they're not hitting buttons, then meaty command grab will hit them. I mean, even if they are pushing buttons, meaty command grab will hit them. The opponent's options are insanely limited there. Blocking is really scary against Laura. It's not like fucking figuring out Laura means not hitting buttons on wake up. That's true for every single character in the game. What the fuck? It's like, oh, fucking someone figured out Guile. You just don't hit buttons on wake up. You shouldn't hit buttons on wake up ever. If the opponent is close enough to a meaty normal on you, you should not wake up with buttons on any character in the cast. And you can always tell when the opponent's close enough to get meaty normals on you. I think you're undercrediting Laura's mix-up because the opponent has to do certain things to avoid the mix-up, which means they sometimes eat very simple, obvious things
Jesus.
in order to fucking get out of scary things that they're afraid of. Like, command grab works every time unless the opponent jumps out or fucking does a reversal, like Shoryuken or something, or backdashes. And backdashes can be counter hit and jumps can be hit. Like, like, like command grab shuts them down unless they're periodically doing those two. I think you're underrating, like... I think you're underrating how scary it is that when Laura's close to you. Command grabs are really strong in Street Fighter V, I feel like. And Laura gets more opportunities for them than pretty much every other grappler. Like Zangief's SPD is really strong in a vacuum, but Zangief never gets opportunities for it. But like Laura actually does. Mika's command grab is strong, but fucking her opportunities for it are weighed against things that do almost no damage. I shouldn't say almost no damage. Ryu versus Laura is like fair, honestly. I don't have that much trouble with that matchup at all. I feel like at the highest level it might tip 6-4 Ryu. The matchups that I consider bad for Laura are probably Ryu, Nash, Chun-Li. And even then I'm not really sure about Nash. I've played Nash and it feels fine. But like I feel like at the highest level with fucking well, I don't know, because like Laura can easily react the EX elbow to Nash's fireballs, and that means as long as Laura has EX, then Nash's fireball game is shut down. What do you mean how is it fair? How is it not? Laura gets really big punishes on Ryu uppercuts. Like fucking she doesn't mind Ryu's fireball that much. You can just neutral jump them when you see them. You can do fireballs to build meter. Like she's not that at risk approaching Ryu because his hit confirms don't do that much damage. I mean the stand strong one does, but he can't easily do stand strong. Like Laura versus Ken is easier than Laura versus Ryu, in my opinion. Because like Ken doesn't have as strong options to zone Laura. Like Laura loses to zone based Ryu, but like Kane can't do that as well, so he has to go in. And Laura can empty cancel easily to shut down Ken's stubby ass limbs. She can outpoke him on the ground, and fucking anti-air even his fucking EX Tatsu's really easily withstand strong.
I think there's only one way to sort this out.
I think that matchup's not that bad. Honestly, I think Ken Laura's almost definitely 5-5. And when you get... Laura has really big damage fucking crush counter punishes. That helps a lot versus Shotos. Like when you block an uppercut and you do stand fierce into medium fireball, stand fierce into elbow, that hurts. That does a lot more damage than most crush counters. That matters a lot. I like genuinely I don't think that no, I actually like of all the things you said that I would disagree with, like the least bad you said was Laura's bottom tier. I don't think she's bottom tier. I don't think she's like the worst character in the game. But like I just think that as let's call her the fourth worst character in the game because that might actually be true. As the fourth worst character in the game, she is only barely worse than the fourth best character in the game. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a significant difference in tier between the characters yet. There might eventually be when more shit is discovered, but I think there isn't a significant difference in tier yet between like except including like the absolute best and absolute worst. I think the bottom three are notably bad, and I think the top three are notably good, and that's all. And the top three being notably good is only because they have like it's all matchups. Don't look at tier. The question you should be asking is what characters do I lose to and what characters do I beat, like, and how does that all add up? My bottom three would be Gief, Feng, and Mika in that order. I don't know about Alex. Alex might be bad. It's hard to say. Yeah, I think Mika's not that good. Mika loses to some characters and goes even with others. She's so luck based. You have to guess. You have to pray with Mika. If you think Mika's that good, main her. You'll realize that like you fucking even when you're winning by a lot, you can still abruptly lose if you just start getting bad guesses. Like Mika, in order to have random win potential, also has really high random lose potential. You're not looking at it both ways. Mika eats so much fucking damage if the opponent jumps out of command grab. And any time that you fucking end with normals and the opponent gets pushed out, all of a sudden they like have the footsies to compete with her. I will say that Mika's fucking volatile as shit, but like she's not. It doesn't. It's not a. It's not like just a boon. Volatile is worse. Volatile is bad. I think more so than it is good, considering in tournaments you have to win repeatedly, and you only have to lose like a couple times. I feel like that's the biggest reason Mika can't make it far in tournament, is that like even though she's not really any worse than Laura, I feel like she's just like you're more prone to just getting fucked because your guesses didn't work. The grapplers are they're balanced around occasionally being right. Like Nash can avoid a mix up and still win. Nash can win without a mix up. Just if he does better zoning and fucking halts the opponent's mix ups. You can be the best Zangief in the world and guess wrong every time and lose. You know what I mean? Like it's not enough to play well with Zangief. You have to play well and get lucky. And I feel like Mika's like that too. Karin is definitely not bad for Laura. Not at all. Laura, if anything, does better against Karin than a lot of characters. Because the grapple creates a really big problem for Karin. She only has reversals for EX, they're crush counter punishable, and Laura has a 3-frame jab to contest everything. You can get punishes on a ton of shit. And all the punishes lead to 50-50s. Karin has to shut down against Laura, but Karin has to shut down against a bunch of characters once you know the matchup. Alex versus Laura, I played it a pretty long set pretty recently with someone. I forget who. It's you zone him with fireballs. He's one of those characters you can actually outzone. Low forward counter pokes him pretty well. He doesn't have a good button to beat low forward. His like low strong kind of beats it. His low strong beats everything actually. I don't know of a Laura normal yet that beats Alex low strong, but if you just stay out of the range of Alex low strong, it's not a big deal. He can't easily prevent you from crossing him up either. Like he can't easily corner you, and if you jump over him, he can anti-air jab you, but you still get out of the corner. It's like not that bad. No, Alex has at least one good poke, and it's low strong, and it's better than most of the pokes in the game, to be honest. And it's good against Laura in particular, because she doesn't have a button to beat it that I can find. Stand strong is a good counter poke from Alex too, and so is well, I guess that's it. Cyberman is decent, but really slow. Yeah, there are a lot of matchups where Laura zones, or not a lot, but like she zones against Alex, Zangief, and Mika. And if you're not zoning against those characters, then you're probably not going to do very well. You want to play defensive against those characters. You want to play like Claw. You want to fucking hang back and poke. Then throw fireballs. And anti-air. That's your game plan. Not push mix-ups. You don't rush those characters down. Rushing them down just gives them opportunities to reverse it on you. You don't want to be minus and close. Like, if you're rushing down with Laura, there's a good chance that you're going to do at least one fucking light elbow and have it blocked. And if you have a light elbow blocked against Mika and Zangief and they know their characters, that's a mix-up situation that you're in. I think probably Birdie's the best grappler against other grapplers. Birdie has the easiest time zoning the other grapplers. Birdie's the most zoning friendly of all the grapplers. He also has really high damage punishes, which fucking really hurts characters who are fundamentally unsafe. Characters that have to push a mix up really hate high damage opponents. Damn, listen to me tirade about Laura. Don't even consider Birdie a grappler. Has a fucking as good a command grab as Laura. Has as good a command grab as Mika. Has fucking almost as good a command grab as Zangief. 5 frames, good range, high damage. How's he not a grappler? Birdie, Birdie's like my tertiary main, and I've had really good success with him. Kelly and Vega do have great command grabs too, but they're like noticeably slower, and they have a much harder time using them because of that. The range also isn't as good for either of them. Birdie, I think Birdie's like pretty high tier. I think Birdie's the only grappler who isn't hanging around the bottom. I think Birdie's probably like top 5, or maybe just outside it. I don't know, it's hard to say. I thought he was number 1 for a while, but now I'm kind of doubting that. No, I think probably Chun-Li is number 1, I don't know. Maybe not Chun-Li. My top 5 is probably... It probably does have Ryu, but not 1. He's probably number 5. Or maybe number 4. I think probably Chun-Li. I think Chun-Li because she either beats characters or goes even with them. Like, there's a bunch of characters that, like, Chun-Li kind of beats. Like, they can't really do anything against her. Like, Chun-Li destroys Zangief, and there's, like, nothing he can really do to change that matchup. I think Chun-Li's pretty good against Alex. She kind of beats all the grapplers, honestly. And, like, I think she's really solid against, like, a lot of the not quite rushdown characters. Like, the wannabe rushdown. Like, I don't know. The only character I think might beat Chun-Li is maybe Cammy. But even then, like, Cammy has good tools to, like, Chun-Li has good tools to counterpoke Cammy's pokes. Ryu probably has the most potential. I would agree with that, but I don't know if that makes him number 1 yet. Like, if you're asking me about potential tier lists, then I would put, like, Zangief and Alex and Ryu higher than I would put him on current tier lists, because I think those characters have more potential. But, like, I put Chun-Li just because she has either advantage or fair matchups. Probably Nash because he only has advantage or fair matchups. Maybe Ryu and or Ken. Ryu is the most, like, well-balanced, but I don't think... Like, it's easy to look at Ryu and be like, he doesn't lose any matchups, and that does help for, like, being a balanced character, but he doesn't really win that many matchups either. He just beats, like, maybe Zangief. Maybe a couple of grapplers. Ryu probably beats Alex, but, like, what else? Who else? But Ryu has a very balanced toolset. Bison, he might be in my top 5. That actually looks a lot like a... You have Nash twice in your top 5 there. He must be really good. Nash so good he makes top 5 as number 1 and number 5. Vega? I don't know. I don't think solid chance against any character. What if a character had just 5/5s across the board? Would that make them top tier? That doesn't make them top tier by definition. Unless the game is super unbalanced and, like, fucking there's one guy who beats everyone 9-1 except Ryu he has 5/5 with, and then Ryu beats everyone else 5/5. That would be, like, the only possible way that Ryu could be in second place with only 5/5 matchups. It depends on how other characters interact to have a character with all 5/5s be high or low. But that doesn't, like, make a character that good. I do think Nikeli's pretty good. Chun, Nash, and Ryu sound like a pretty decent top 3. I like Nikeli up there. I think he has good frame traps. It's kind of underrated. I think Cammy's kind of high. I'm probably the only person who thinks Cammy might be top 5. I'd tentatively put Cammy up there. Maybe 6 or 7 for her. I don't know if she's that strong, but I think that she does decently against grapplers for zoning them. Fighting grapplers well is such a big deal because there's like fucking 5 of them. I think that she does decently against grapplers and she does decently against defensive characters. And I think the defensive characters right now are like the strongest ones. The Nash and the Chun-Li and the fucking Ryu are like the 3 most defensive characters in the game. And they're like potentially the 3 strongest characters in the game, and I think Cammy matches up well against all of them. Cammy's pretty good. Cammy's like an angry bee. She buzzes around your head, and unless you have an invincible reversal, you can't really get her off, and she has the best frame traps in the game. And the best ability to convert off frame traps in the game. Fucking 6 frame hard normal go away. Fucking hard normal she can cancel from insanely far away. Karin's not that good, honestly. I'm surprised Justin Wong is doing as well with her as he is. Karin has so many tools that are shut down once you know the character that at high level play she becomes like 4 normals. I don't think she's that bad, but like she exploits lack of matchup knowledge really hard compared to most characters. And I think that she's an okay character once you no, like look at any like Karin replay. Look at Justin Wong play Karin. Karin has a lot of stuff that's unsafe on block or like can be interrupted. Like almost every tool she has is like either unsafe on block or like can be interrupted by jabs. But like it's just stand forward and crouch strong and sweep. It's like so little of her game is actually viable at the highest level of play. And those tools are okay. In fact, they're good. They're some of the best pokes in the game. But is that enough? 3 buttons with no mix-up. So Koreans have to play like super passive. Koreans have to do nothing 90% of the time and fucking focus on getting counter hits and the throw mix-up. It's like fucking frame traps are all she has. And her frame traps are okay because she's got a crouch strong with a lot of plus frames. But in order to use that crouch strong, she's got to get in. And what's her tool to get in? She doesn't really have one, which is why she hangs out at footsie range. Even shoulder doesn't leave her point blank. You can't do shoulder and then low strong and then like still get a combo. And people can safely hit buttons after shoulder, and the only thing you can do to prevent that is EX rest and hop, which is insanely risky. To just shoulder and then EX rest and hop, pray they hit a button. That sucks. I think Justin Wong is just really good at footsies, and Karin has strong footsies compared to most characters. Her neutral is strong, but like having a strong neutral is important, but when you consider what she's giving up with literally everything else. Her mix-up isn't strong. Her fucking ability to trade isn't strong. Her health is low. Her fucking range is only... It's okay. Her damage potential is extremely low. Like, her damage is okay when she gets, like, good confirms. But if you're getting all your damage off stand forward, that does, like, no damage. Birdie fucking hits for at least 200 every single time he gets near you. And fucking stand forward from Karin does, like, 70. So like her damage is shit compared to other characters. Her frame traps, having fast frame traps is not necessarily good. The frame traps come off fast normals, but only the first normal speed matters and the fucking window between the buttons. But every character can get every window between buttons. There's so many things Karin doesn't have because she only has 3 fucking normals that are good. But they're really good normals, but it's at the end of the day, it's 3 normals. And maybe you can throw on like crouch strong and stand roundhouse as footsie buttons. But I would say mostly just fucking stand strong. Oh no, stand strong as footsie buttons. But mostly just crouch strong and fucking stand forward. And like sweep. And then maybe stand roundhouse and fucking maybe stand strong. And that's it. Karin in a nutshell. Just broke the character down to 5 normals. It's not that much, I feel like. Or rather, the strength of your neutral matters, but there's so much against it. There's so much against it. I can't imagine a world where Karin is better than mid-tier. unless it just turns out like most of the cast can counter poker, or they struggle to counter poker, but they don't need to. Just because they only need a few opportunities compared to her, because she has fucking 900 health and no damage. Karin needs to touch you fucking like 15 times to win, and you need to touch her like 4 times to win. That's such a big deal. You can't just dissuade. You can't just count that a fucking against her. Oh, lewd. Nice one. I mean, 4 to kill is a bit optimistic, because like you're not going to be getting jump in combos like every time. But 900 health is so little. That 100 health makes a huge difference. Her damage isn't that high even in trigger. Honestly, her trigger doesn't add that much damage. It mostly just improves her footsie potential. Like the only new combo that she gets that adds like damage, like a significant amount, is like her fucking combo into super with the launcher. Her damage elsewhere with V-trigger isn't really any stronger, and her V-trigger confirms aren't that strong. But they're nice as confirms. The fact that you're turning a safe roundhouse into a safe roundhouse that then leads to like a fucking 300 damage combo is pretty strong. Or rather, it fucking, you know, adding 200 damage to a combo is strong. And that's stronger than the fucking damage he adds from being in V-trigger. Combos into Rekkas is not that good. It's not really any better than combos into Orochi into fucking... I mean, not Orochi. Combos into Launcher. What's that move called? What's the name of that move? What the fuck is her launcher called? Instant Tenko. Combos into Tenko into fucking Mujin Kyaku is not really any weaker than combos into Rekkas. Then combos into Tenko into Rekkas. Karin's not that good. I think she just plays really well to Justin Wong's strengths. We haven't seen that many fucking good Karins. Who else is there? There's like one other Fudo, I think. I can't think of another Karin I've seen that does well. I've seen plenty of other Karins, but I haven't like seen like any that are like winning events, except Justin Wong and Fudo. And they just have really good zoning, or not? Well, yeah, zoning. They have really good footsies. They're just players that fucking understand footsie characters really well. Mago. I didn't know that. Smug played Karin, but he didn't succeed with Karin. Smug was a very good Dudley, and then fucking tried to play Karin, and like was nowhere near as good as he was with Dudley. But that's partially because Dudley's like fucking the picture perfect character with him, and maybe a better character overall. And also, he probably practiced a lot more with Dudley and had a lot more time to fucking play. But like, how do you hit the reset though? That's the problem with Karin. It's like if you just block high, fucking all of a sudden Karin does fucking 80 damage sweep instead. That combo is good, but it's like fucking 2 bars. It's not that that combo is even that good. It's just the only combo. She's the only character who can use 2 bars for like a significant increase in damage. Everyone else just has 1 bar combos or fucking meterless combos. If they try and use 2 bars, it's not even any stronger. Like if you look at that combo, it's only adding about like fucking I think 60 damage per bar, which is about normal. That's like about fucking how much EX combos should add. It's just that she can do 2 in 1 combo, which granted means she needs few opportunities, but like, you know, how often do you really get to do it? What's her mix up to get fucking that frame trap? And when does she get frame traps? Rarely against a good player. You can't get long range crouch medium kick just frame Taiko, can you? That like doesn't work. If you counter poke the opponent or get a max range crouch medium kick, just frame Tenko whiffs. Doesn't it? I'm like pretty sure of that. Empty jump blows is ultimately a gimmick. There's a perfect defense you can have against those. Empty jump lows only work because people aren't being mindful of them. First of all, it assumes that you have an opportunity to jump, but like you can always block high and then block low and then take a throw. There's no way to truly make them work. You can always, she has no way to alter her jump, the end of her jump. The only time that empty jump low is not a gimmick is when a character has a air target combo, like Ryu jump strong, or like Chun-Li double jump fierce, or fucking Gen double jump roundhouse. No, but like, there's nothing else she can do to open the opponent up to empty jump low. There's literally nothing. They can always block. They can always switch from high block to low block at a certain time to defend against it. There's nothing she can do to prevent that. That's the whole point of a mix-up. That's the difference between a mix-up and a fucking gimmick. It's because there's a hard counter that shuts down a gimmick. And if there isn't, then it's just a mix-up. That's the difference. You can always switch from high block to low block. There's nothing that she can do to prevent that. There's no way to fucking alter it so she lands early or anything like that. Who cares about 8 frames? You can do it fucking judging from the start of the jump. That 8 frames means shit. Also, her overhead is kind of good, but it also has no damage potential. Talking about reacting to when the fucking switch to crouch block is going to be when you fucking literally can gauge it from the beginning of her jump. You know when she's going to land. There's no mix-up. Maybe you'll beat me with Karin right now if you're better. How many characters can confirm a 3-frame? I will say that her confirms from lights into... her confirms from lights are abnormally strong, but also I think she's the only character in the game who can't combo from low short, which means there is literally no mix-up, because she can't make it low. She has like really good damage compared to most characters on a light normal combo, but that's like those combos are still dramatically weaker than medium normal combos, or like hard normal combos. She can confirm from a 3-frame jab into pretty good damage, but she can't combo into that 3-frame jab from anything. You've just got to have the 3-frame jab counterpoke something, and then it needs to be point blank if you want to get another one, which you need because if you want to get a hit confirm. Laura can't really convert a 3-frame jab into pretty good damage. She can convert a 3-frame jab into a really good mix-up, but from Laura's 3-frame jab, literally the only option available is another jab into light elbow. Light elbow is good. The mix-up is good, but it's nowhere close to Karin. I will confess that Karin has a good 3-frame jab and fucking a good ability to confirm off of it, but that doesn't mean that much in the end. It's not like as much of a deal breaker as you might think. Just because there's so few opportunities that the jab is going to work. Like, why would the jab work? That's the question you should be asking yourself. And the only answer is frame traps. And if you're going to do a frame trap, then like fucking any character can do a frame trap. And characters can do much higher damage off of frame traps if they're frame trapping with medium normals instead of lights. Karin's is higher than 120, I think. I actually have I have it here. Hold on, let me actually look it up. I have it in my notes. My handy dandy notebook. Remember Blue's Clues? I do. Where is this? SF5 character B&B's Karin guide. Confirm combos with light normals. Crouch light punch, stand light punch, instant tenko ×2. That's the combo I wrote down. Does 167 damage. Wake up jab literally only works because your opponents are bad. You're complaining about fucking opponents losing to Laura, and then fucking you say that wake up jab works a lot. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Are you fucking kidding me? When does wake up jab ever work unless people make mistakes? There's no mix-up to it. It's just people not realizing how fast 3 frames are, or having fucking media attacks that don't beat 3-frame jabs. The only time wake up jab works in a mix-up scenario is like if the opponent has to do dashing command grab. Dude, there are so many characters who are strong when opponents make mistakes. If that's your fucking basis, then fucking of all the characters to take, oh, she gets a strong 3-frame punish. She gets a strong confirm combo off light normals compared to most characters. She gets a 160 damage combo, whereas most characters will only get a 100 damage combo if the opponent makes a mistake. Holy shit, have you ever seen fucking an opponent make a mistake against Zangief? You know how much damage Zangief gets when the opponent makes a mistake? Fucking 450. More like 200 most of the time, but you know. I don't actually like meaty Galvy skill. I feel like he gets almost no opportunities to get it off. And it's not that plus frames even if you do it meaty. He'd rather just like, he'd rather do a meaty Gal high kick or, not Gal high kick, what do you call it? Upside down kick. Or like a meaty throw or something. That's more than 100 damage if you confirm into super. But like every character confirm light normals into super and Karin's aren't particularly strong. Karin's confirm into super does 358. I just looked it up. Give me another character. Let's take Ken. What's Ken's light confirm into super? Hold on. Where do I have it? Oh shit, I don't have it for Ken. I never wrote one down. Alright, different character. Hold on, hold on. Laura confirms a fucking... Laura can do 2 jabs and then link super. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, every character in the game can confirm lights into super. Holy shit. Name one that can't. Name one that can't. If you could name even a single character that can't confirm lights into super, I will be impressed. 2 jabs, link super. That's a Laura super confirm. I'll even give you the damage in a second. Because I have it written down here. 337. No, Guile can still confirm lights into super. Guile can do crouch short, crouch jab into fireball into super, or crouch short, crouch jab, uppercut super. Both of them combo. In fact, just canceling into super raw light combos. Rashid can confirm lights into super. It's crouch short, crouch jab, light, spinning mixer, cancel to super. That combos. Every single character. Every single character. That was a balancing factor that I'm sure they made. I'm sure they made sure that every character could do that because every character can do it. It's not even that... No, it's actually not that much better for Karin, honestly. Like Laura's, which is kind of low damage, did fucking 320. How much did Karin's do? I forget. Laura's is on the low end because her super isn't that strong. Karin's does 358. You get 30 extra damage compared to Laura.
Can Zangief do lights into super?
Yeah, he can do 2 crouch shorts into link super. I don't know the damage on that. Zangief is like the one that a lot of people ask about, but his is actually really good because confirming up light normals is strong on him. His does 377. His actually does a lot more than Karin's. How about Bison? Bison struggles with it. He has to do 1-hit scissor kick into super. That's kind of weak. Or he can just confirm straight into super, I think is what you do. Yeah, that is 311. Bison's is weak. Bison's combos are kind of low damage in general. How about Chun-Li? Oh my god, I took so many goddamn notes for Chun-Li. 319. Oh shit, can Birdie? No, Birdie can. Because he can combo into Light Ball Head and super combos from that. Birdie's does 400. Birdie's is like insanely high damage. Fuck Birdie. Fuck Birdie's damage. What about Alex? God, I took so many notes. I'm glad that I can just refer to these at any time. Confirm combos into super. Crouch light kick, stand light punch chop into critical art. 348. God, if anyone else had fucking all my notes, they'd be so good. I think Bison's normals are a little bit overrated. But they're good in context. They're still better than most characters. Stand hard kick is insanely good. Stand medium kick is pretty good. Low strong is pretty good. Down towards fierce is pretty good. It would be insanely good if it was faster. How much damage does Mika do off of light normals? 327. I actually